Hello, it's Tim from YouMove Estate Agents. I am frequently asked by people, what is the best time of year to sell my house? This year, 2021, with the COVID pandemic still in effect, that is a question I'm asked more this year than possibly any other. So what I'm going to do is read what I've got to say on the subject in this book, The 39 Steps to Avoid a House Sale Nightmare. Selling your home is an extremely emotional and quite stressful time. It's described as being one of the most stressful moments of our lives, alongside death and divorce. Given the amount of money involved and the life-changing event that's going to take place, it is no wonder that house selling and the housing market is a national obsession. When people come to sell their homes, it's not a decision that they will have taken overnight. It will be based upon a need to move because of an increasing family size, downsizing to a smaller home, or relocating for a better lifestyle or job opportunity. Amongst this cocktail of highly charged human emotions, the house seller will have spent a considerable amount of time thinking through their plans to sell, when to put the house on the market, and what they plan to do next. The starting point is when to put the house on the market. People have different opinions as to the best time, but a commonly held belief is that it's always good to market a home at the beginning of spring. However, if everybody follows this same notion and vast armies of house sellers all descend into the market at the same time, your house risks being crowded out because at any one time there are only a limited number of buyers on the lookout for a new home. Another question that people ask is, should I wait until the housing market goes up? This often occurs when the market is going through a period of rising prices, fueled with salacious newspaper headlines promising untold riches from the next housing boom. The truth is that quite naturally everybody wants to achieve the best price for their house, and they don't want to regret having sold it on the cheap. But what you need to remember is that once you've sold a house, you're likely to be moving into a new home that in the main you're going to be buying. In that case, then in any possible rising market, it will mean that your new home will also have gone up in price, and generally speaking, there'll be no significant gain to be had by waiting. Quite the contrary, there'll be the loss of lifestyle benefit by delaying any planned move. Why put your life on hold for an unknown quantity? It should also be remembered that if the housing market is hot, you're more likely to get a number of bidders interested in your property. And there's nothing to suggest that the house may go for a price well above the original asking price, because ultimately the market will decide the true price of your house on the date that it sells. Albeit a truly great estate agent will always be able to influence the final sales price you get. Amongst all the agents in every town, there'll be some will include the phrase, "We'll get you the best possible price for your home." Not every agent can get you the best price, simply down to the law of averages. If you ask any agent who uses the phrase in their marketing to value your home, ask them to show you industry verifiable data to back up their claim. It's generally always the case that you should never wait for the housing market. It can change quite dramatically, as witnessed during the previous Lehman Bank collapse. And a potential seller should always move when the time is right for them. This also applies to the time of year during which you're looking to sell. I've already suggested a counter argument to marketing in the spring, when limited buyers will have the pick from a flooded market. But the reality is, if you look at any time of year, there are pros and cons. I've set some of these out in these tables. Spring, March to May. Pros. It's traditionally seen as the best time of year to sell. The clocks have altered, allowing for longer days and extended viewing times. You have a full spring, summer ahead, giving you a long time to market to sell. Flowers are in bloom and the gardens look their best. Cons, the downsides. Lots of people list their property this time of year, creating a crowded marketplace. The market is flooded with properties in competition with yours, with a limited number of buyers. Estate agents are at their busiest and may not have the time to give you the attention you deserve. They can invest less in your sale. By the time your spring house sale completes, you're likely to be buying towards the end of the year. Summer, June through August. Pros. The long summer days give you the opportunity for early evening and even late evening viewings. The hot weather allows you to present your home with open windows, French doors, leading out into beautiful gardens. The lovely blue skies enable you to get fantastic exterior photographs taken. The cons. Children will be off school and the neighbouring houses could be noisy during the viewings, especially with the windows open. During August, viewings tend to be slowed down because families are away on holiday. And once you sell a house listed in the summer, you're likely to be buying and moving during the late winter period. Autumn, September to November time. In September, children are back at school and people are looking to move forward with their house buying plans. It's generally seen as the last good opportunity to sell a house before Christmas. Any house sellers that have sold in the early parts of spring will now be looking to buy. You have less competition compared with those who placed their house on the market in the spring rush. But the cons. At the end of October, the clocks go back, resulting in dark, dreary nights. As the leaves fall and the flowers die, gardens lose their wow factor and look unappealing. Grey, dull skies do not present a house in its best possible light. The reducing daylight starts to limit the options for evening viewings. Winter, December through February, where we are now. The pros. January is generally a good time to put properties on the market. After Christmas, regrettably, there are lots of relationship breakdowns, resulting in people having to move. There's also the upside, which is that people realise that their property is a bit small and need to move on for increasing family size. Marketing a property early allows you to beat the spring rush and face less competition from other house sellers. Of course, the downside of selling this time of year, some people do not wish to move or make plans before Christmas. Dark nights do not favour evening viewings. Cold weather and snow can create the perception that your home is cold if it's not well heated throughout. Top tip. As you can see from these tables, there are lots of benefits and reasons why every time of year has both good and bad points. That is why I always recommend to a client they should choose a time that's right for them and not try and manufacture the listing to fit in with the housing market. If you would like a copy of this book, which many people find invaluable, you can either go onto the Amazon website and buy one, but if you live in Amersham, Chesham, Berkhamsted, the Chalfords, surrounding villages, I'm happy to provide a copy to you for free. Simply contact me on 01494 292 359, send me an email to tim.gerard@umove.com or send me a personal message via the Facebook website. In the meantime, I hope you're well and staying safe. Many thanks.